The big wait begins for Mandla Maseko, the first black South African heading to space later this year to make history.
Long-awaited journey, long-awaited day, I'm just crossing fingers that there won't be any delays. But yeah, I can't explain it, but if I were to put words into it, it's exhilarating, I can't wait. I think it's going to be an out-of-body experience. I think just thinking about it, my body ignites, so it's going to be a very, very fruitful trip.
In preparation for the voyage, the future astronaut has to watch his diet in the meantime, as he awaits training in September.
And physically, I must make sure that I eat right myself. And 6 to 8 weeks prior my launching, I will be faced with a detailed training that ensures that I'm fully equipped for my space expedition. So that physicalness training will be done on that 6 to 8 weeks prior my launch. And also last week last week I got an email from the guys that are taking me to space, giving me the date of training that needs to be taken this year. So mine will happen in September. My interactions with the people that are taking me to space, ex-core aerospace, it's on a 100% level, we communicate every week, send me emails, I send them back, send me questionnaires, I send them back, fill them in, they send me things, jumpsuits, these things, everything. We communicate on a weekly basis, and they keep us updated on how far they are with building the Lynx Mark II, which is the shuttle that we'll be launching into space with. And as for here in South Africa, we have started the CSI campaign called Sky is Not the Limit, whereby we go around schools and give talks. We've partnered with SASTA, SANZA, DST, South African National Space Agency, Department of Science and Technology, where every time when they go for anything that has to do with space, science and technology and exploration and outreach and all that, we are part of that. So for the past year, I've been doing that, going around schools, giving talks, inspiring and motivating kids, letting them know that you can get anything that you want as long as you put your mind to it, it can be yours. And I'm also enrolled into an aviation school, South African Flight Training Academy, and I'm doing my piloting. Like I said, I recently acquired my private pilot license in December on the 22nd. So it's been a very joyful ride.
Maseko elaborates on what the grueling training will entail.
The trainings are happening throughout the year.
Yeah.
They allocate dates to you.
Yes.
And then prior to launch, you'll be faced with 6 to 8 weeks training also.
Yeah.
That ensures that you are fully equipped for your space expedition, which includes your, like now when I go on September, I'm going to do the Desdemona simulator, I'm going to do the fighter jet, and I'm going to do the G-force simulation. So it's a Desdemona simulator, the G-force simulator, and the fighter jet. So then 6 to 8 weeks, I'm going to do the other one, which is the Albatross F-39 jet, the other training, the mission tactics course, the mission tactics course, which ensures that I'm fully equipped for my space expedition. If I were to explain these terms to a gogo from our body, it would go something like this. They're practically going to make sure that you don't pass out when you launch into space, you don't vomit when you launch into space. All those things that will be severe on your body, they're going to make sure that you have at least had a little bit taste of that before you launch, so that you know how to withstand, let's say for example, the G-force, let's say the G-forces on the fighter jet. When it shoots out, you experience more than 4.4 Gs, so they teach you how to not black out. If you feel like probably your blood is running to your head, you must tighten your stomach so that you don't pass out. So they teach you all those things. So basically that's what they'll be doing on all these big terms, your testimonial simulator, your G4 simulator, your mission tactics course, all that. That's what they'll be training you to do.
The former DJ takes us back to the day he learned that he won the trip.
You know, for me it was wow. It was a deep moment because 3 hours later we had learned that Mandela has passed on, you know. So for me it was like sort of, he was saying to me, look, I as Mandela have run my race and have completed my course. Now you, here's the torch, you go out there and be the one who brings about hope and change, you know, not only to the youth of South Africa, but Africa as a whole, you know. So that to me was like a deep moment for me when I was announced as part of the 23 people that were launching into space, because it sort of felt like Mandela was passing on the torch to me.
The desire to inspire the youth spurred him to enter the competition.
I've always looked for something that will inspire and motivate the youth of South Africa. Mainly it was for my community, but now it's gone beyond my community. It was now a South African thing, to a point whereby it became so big to even inspire and motivate the continent as a whole. You know, get emails, I got messages from Lagos, you know, Senegal, you know, Tanzania, saying that, look, you're making us proud as Africans, you know, so do that. So mainly I entered because I wanted something huge that will inspire and motivate the youth of South Africa and Africa as a whole.
Meanwhile, Sci-Bono Science Center manager Michael Ellis says Maseko is a role model to young people.
I think it's incredible. For Mandla, incredible man, such an approachable guy, such an inspirational man. I think it is well needed in South Africa to have icons like himself doing amazing things like being the first black African to go to space. I think our youth really need people to look up to like that from a science and technology perspective.
As Mandla Maseko waits for the date of his launch to be announced, he will continue to tour the length and breadth of the country, encouraging the youth to reach for their dreams. Lebo Changela, SABC News, Johannesburg.